Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar on BI360, the Self-Service Business Intelligence Suite. My name is Oji Cho and I am a Solutions Engineer with Solver. I am very excited to demonstrate our comprehensive BI solution for you today. In today's presentation, I'm going to discuss the following topics. Discuss how our company background and how we have been working hard to provide a comprehensive business intelligence solution all over the world. The need for a simple and easy-to-use budgeting tool for customers that only budget at the GL summary level. We're going to go into detail discussing the solution, which is ERP Web Budgeting. BI360 offers a robust budgeting solution for those customers that budget outside of GL summary, so I will be going over the differences between the two budgeting options BI360 offers. However, the primary focus of this webinar is for those customers that only budget at the GL summary level, so I will be doing a live demonstration on the ERP Web Budgeting solution. I will also do a brief demo on the report writer, just because the report writer is part of the package that comes with the ERP Web Budgeting tool. I will do a summary by going over the cost, availability, and implementation effort for ERP Web Budgeting. And then conclude with questions at the very end. Just to give you a little background on our company, Solver is headquartered out of Los Angeles, and we are a fast-growing company. We have partnered with many great companies like the TN Group to grow our customer database. We have over 1,400 customers in over 40 countries. We have offices all over the world in the US, Canada, Europe, Asia, and India. Our company product, BI360, is a business intelligence solution that has won many awards over the years. We have been included in the prestigious Gartner Group Magic Quadrant for Corporate Performance Management for the past couple of years. We're honored to be a part of it again this year. So why does BI360 win all these awards? Customers choose our product time and time again because it is extremely easy to use. It is a self-service business intelligence suite, and we have deep integrations built across many ERP platforms. So what is ERP Web Budgeting? We assessed the market and found that there was a need for a quick, out-of-the-box budgeting solution for those customers that budget only at the GL level. BI360 now offers a new, exciting web-based solution that allows for a quick deployment at a very low cost. The reason why we're able to offer the solution at a low cost is because it eliminates any integration work typically done in bringing data over to the data warehouse. The ERP Web Budgeting solution utilizes Solver's pre-built direct integrations to read actual data from the following ERP integrations: GP, SL, or NAV database. It writes budget data directly back to the ERP database. Once budget data is stored back to the ERP, you can now report off of it using BI360's report writer or any other reporting tool such as Management Reporter. Budget forecast input forms and reports are provided so that customers can implement this budgeting solution right away. The software allows for various spreading methods to allow for easy budget entry. The software also allows for the ability to store back line item details and comments. Line item details and comments get stored to a custom table in their ERP that Solver has created. ERP Web Budgeting comes in a package. It is a great deal because it comes with the ability to do automated budgeting using a user-friendly web interface. It gives you the ability to build any GP, SL, NAV report from any module using the Excel report writer tool. And lastly, it gives you the ability to build dashboards through the web portal. However, we are targeting customers that only budget at the GL summary level. However, for the customers that require budgeting for non-GL areas such as payroll, CapEx, allocations, BI360 offers a more robust budgeting solution utilizing our data warehouse. While the focus of this webinar is on the simple BI360 ERP budgeting solution, we do have a robust budgeting option utilizing the data warehouse for those that budget outside of GL. I just want to highlight some of the differences between ERP budgeting versus data warehouse budgeting. In terms of budget model capability, ERP budgeting is limited to budgeting at the GL level, whereas the data warehouse budgeting can support any type of budgeting process, whether it's payroll, CapEx, allocations, etc. The implementation time for ERP is very short. It can take anywhere from 1 to 5 days, including training. The primary reason why it's so short is because budget templates are already provided for the ERP web budgeting. For data warehouse budgeting, there's more customization work involved for the various complex budgeting forms, so the implementation time takes longer. For ERP budgeting, we eliminate the time needed to integrate data over to a data warehouse because there is already a direct out-of-the-box integration built to the ERP. However, for data warehouse budgeting, an SSIS needs to be built to migrate data over to the data warehouse. With ERP budgeting, budget data is stored directly to the ERP database, whereas with the data warehouse, budget data gets stored directly back to the BI360 data warehouse. For exploring line item details with comments, both exist in ERP budgeting and data warehouse budgeting. User input interface for ERP web budgeting is only through the web, whereas for data warehouse budgeting, it is available in web and Excel. Because ERP budgeting involves a quick deployment, minimal integration work, and minimal customization work in creating budget templates, the software cost is very low, whereas the data warehouse budgeting, the software cost is at the mid-level. Now, on this screen, it shows that there's a max user count of 10 licenses. However, we did change this, and there is now an unlimited max user count in both the ERP web budgeting and the data warehouse budgeting. Now, this is a diagram of all the modules available in a traditional budgeting solution: reporting, planning, dashboards, and data warehouse. For the ERP web budgeting solution, however, we bypass the need for a data warehouse because you will now have the ability to write GL summary budget data directly back to the GP, SL, or NAV tables. As part of the ERP web budgeting solution, the reporting module offers the ability to build any report in your ERP at the financial level or the subledger level. The reporting module is an Excel add-in tool. It utilizes drag and drop functionality to easily design and customize reports. You will have access to all of the modules that you have turned on in GP, SL, or NAV. Whether it's GP, SOP, POP, inventory, fixed assets, etc., we translated all of the SQL table names to plain English so that it makes the report writing process simple and easy to use. The ERP web budgeting solution also comes with a planning module that enables you to do automated budgeting using a simple web interface. Budgeting forecast templates are provided for streamlined budget entry and require minimal tweaking. And lastly, the ERP web budgeting solution comes with the ability to build great-looking dashboards off of your ERP tables. Dashboards also utilize the drag and drop feature that make it extremely easy to build and customize dashboards. This simplified architecture diagram gives you an overview of how all the BI360 modules fit together for ERP web budgeting. The most important thing on this diagram is the live two-way integration to and from GP, SL, or NAV. It creates a direct feed for reporting and dashboards so that you can automatically access all of your ERP data live. If a journal entry is posted in ERP, it will automatically be updated in all of your reports and dashboards. On the planning side, it also allows for a direct feed to push budget data back to the ERP database. You'll be utilizing the pre-built budget forecasting template to push budget data back into the ERP. Remember, budget data can only be written back at the GL summary level. Now that we discussed at a high level the components that make up the BI360 ERP Web Budgeting solution, I'm going to do a live demonstration of our BI360 product. I will start by demonstrating the web portal, which will be the end user experience of dashboards, reports, and budget templates. Then I will move into the Excel portion where I demonstrate the report writer tool. And here I'm going to get out of presentation mode and jump into the virtual machine. All right, and I am going to, like I mentioned, we have the ERP budgeting set up for GP, SL, NAV. For this webinar purpose, I'm going to demonstrate off of the GP connection. But whether I'm connected to GP, SL, or NAV, the experience is going to be exactly the same. Obviously, just the data source is different. So I logged in on the web using my single sign-on Active Directory Windows credentials. You can set a security profile around the user credentials, and you can get very granular with how you set up security. Security can be limited by dimensions, any dimension, department, entity, account, etc. And once that security profile is set up, it will automatically apply to all of the dashboards, reports, and budget templates that you see on the web. Now over here to the left, we have folders. You can create as many custom folders as you want to group all of your data to various categories. You can even set security around who has access to these folders. You can even favorite your most favorited items. The nice thing about favoriting an item is that you have, once you're in the favorited item, you can easily toggle through the other favorite items down below without having to go into the main library page. Now, I'm going to start off by demonstrating the GL budget input template. Again, these templates are provided, so you don't need to build these templates from scratch. All you need to do is tweak the chart of accounts to make it work in this template. Now, all of these templates are driven by these parameters that you see here. The user would go in and select, last actual period, department. This is where security would apply. So if I'm a budget manager that can only budget for department 100, that's the only thing I'll be able to see and select if I log in with my user credentials. However, if I run the same input template and I'm a CEO that has access to all departments, then when I run the same budget template, I can see and run it for all departments listed out here. Okay, you'll also need to select a budget ID to differentiate what budget version you're writing back to. And once the user is done selecting these criteria, all he or she does is hit refresh. Actually, what I'm going to do is delete some of this data out so we can start from scratch. All right, and a little bit slow. Try that again. All right, here we go. I apologize about that. It just took a little bit of time for it to refresh. So this template was originally created in Excel. So again, that kind of gives you the flexibility to design this however you want. If I scroll over to the right, it's pulling in prior year actuals to use for reference. Here, this is P&L budget. It has your revenue accounts, your expense accounts down below. Any cell that's colored in yellow is how we indicate this is where an end user would do the budget entry. So there are several ways you can go about doing budget entry. You can type directly into the cell. You can drag this number across columns. If you want to incorporate formulas in, you can type in formula. You can even, if you right-click on a particular account, you can even open up our convenient spreading window. All right. So here, what you could do is if you want to start your budget numbers off of prior year actuals, and what you would do is you would just hit history query and apply, and it will populate the prior year actuals. This particular account doesn't have any prior year actuals. It's fine. All right, so it has prior year actuals. And then from there, if you want to do like a budget increase, you just hit 10% and apply, and that calculation will automatically apply. If you want to do like an even spread, you can easily do that. Hit even and apply. All right, you can even incorporate line item details for the particular budget account that you're in. So US sales service plans, you can add in as many line item details as you want. All right, in addition to the line item details, you can even add in comments. If you hit this right-hand corner, you can add in whatever comment that you want. Now, this line item detail and comments will also get stored directly into your ERP database, into custom tables that Solver has created. Now, because it gets pushed into GP, you can build a report that will spit out these detailed line item details and comments into the budget report. So once our user is done filling out all of the yellow cells, all he or she does is hit the Store Data button, and then everything will get pushed directly into the GP budget database. All right, I'm going to go through some of the other examples that we have of the templates that are available. So now, based off of the budget entry that was entered via the templates, you can easily create a budget consolidation report where it's broken out by the department, a separate tab. All right, and you have various views. The report that I showed you earlier had departments going up by the tabs, but here we have the departments going across the columns. All right, now part of this deal, you also get access to dashboards. So here we have a budget analysis dashboard. Any budget data that you've inputted via the templates that are available on the web portal, that budget data can get displayed, spit back out in a report or a dashboard that looks something like this. Now, all dashboards are driven by parameters. So this particular one was designed where you can select a budget ID. You can even customize the parameter list here. And also all budgets have the ability to drill down. So this expense budget is currently set up by department. So if I click into one, it drills down to give you all the account information. All right, and last but not least, with the GP web portal, we have a workflow set up. Now, this is just a screenshot of our workflow example because we have many demo engineers using the server and we don't want to override each other's work, so we just capture a screenshot of it. But here you can assign specific input templates to users. You can even assign an assignment window around when the templates will be available for budget entry. So if the user typically budgets the first week of September, and the budget templates are only available for write back that first week, and once that period is over, then the budget templates are closed and users can no longer write any budget data to the template. You can see where a user is in the report, the budgeting process, like if the template was opened, it'll show that as a status. If it got sent for approval, an admin person can either approve or reject the budget numbers. If it gets rejected, it'll get sent back to the original submitter for him or her to redo the budget numbers. All right. So in addition to the, budgeting, the OpEx and P&L report budget templates, we also have forecasting templates that are part of the package. So these forecasting templates are driven by the period that you enter. So if I change this and run this for, say, 2015-05, what it will do is it will spit out actuals up until May and allow me to forecast for the remaining periods of the year. All right, and it works exactly the same as the other template in that you just enter the numbers in the yellow cell, and all you do is hit the store data button once you save the data. All right, so in addition to budget templates and dashboards, the web portal also has reports. These budget reports, reports are all available for download. So we have a bunch of sub-ledger reports built out. These can be used as a template. And I just want to show you the examples that we have: AP reports, AR aging, fixed assets, etc. And again, these are all available for download for you guys to use as a template. So now that we've discussed the web portal, which covers dashboards, budget templates, and reports, I'm going to transition now into the Excel piece of the demonstration to show you how these reports and budget templates get created. All right, so what I'm going to do is I have Excel application open. There's this BI360 reporting tab. Here, this is where you can connect directly to your ERP, whether it's GP, NAV, or Excel. We already have the integration built out. For this demonstration, I'm going to demo out of the GP database. But again, whether you're connected to GP, SL, or NAV, the design experience is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the field names will be labeled different. This is where you can select which company you want to report off of. All right. So this is regular Excel that you're already used to, the rows and columns. We have all of Excel's toolbars available. Now, these are all the modules that exist in your ERP. So like I mentioned earlier, you're not limited to just financial reporting. You'll have access to all of the other sub-ledger modules in your ERP. And as you can see, if I go into, say, the sales order module here, we've translated all of the SQL table names into plain English so that, customer is labeled as customer, vendor is labeled as vendor. You can easily identify the fields that you want to drag and drop into your report. Now, for this particular example, I'm going to build a trial balance. I'm just going to work out of the finance module. Okay, before I begin, I'm going to create myself a little header. Now, the nice thing about our tool is that it's an Excel add-in tool. We have all of the Excel functionality and ease of use that you can incorporate into building a BI360 report. Now, in my trial balance, I want to see my natural account. So all the segments of your chart of accounts will appear as a field that you can now drag and drop in. Okay, you also have the ability to control your rows and columns. Select your rows and columns. That's my account description. Last but not least, I'm going to bring in my amount. All right, so now if I execute my report, I do that as a Run tab. I have my account description and my amount associated with it. Now, anytime you execute a report, you have the ability to drill down by simply right-clicking on the amount and drill down at the summary level or the detail level. You can even create your own custom drill down view. Let me show you the detailed transaction here. All right, so details get very granular with, the batch number, journal entry number, etc. And like I mentioned, you can even create your own custom view if you don't want to see all of these columns or you want to see other columns related to the transaction. You can easily customize that. You'll even have the ability to drill across the different modules. So say for the sales account, you want to drill to the sales module, you can even drill into that across different modules. Now, I'm going to add in a total calculation. This is 100% Excel equals sum is an Excel formula. Hopefully everyone is already familiar with. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is actually transition this into a simple P&L report just to show you how easy it is to incorporate account filters. And I'm going to start off by building out the revenue side. Now, there are several ways I can go about selecting my revenue account. I can hit my lookup icon and just highlight the accounts that I want. If you select this use ranges option, then it's nice because if you create a new account in your ERP, it will automatically populate if it falls within the range. So in terms of report maintenance, it's really nice because you don't need to go to all 10 or 20 of your reports and manually add that new account code in. You can easily just hit this use ranges and it'll automatically populate in your report. You can even do something like begins with 4 if your revenue accounts begin with 4. Or if you have your accounts mapped using account categories, you can filter directly off of the account category as well. All right, so I'm just going to do begins with 4. Let me execute this. Now it only displays my revenue account. Now, for any accounting folks on the call, you'll notice that revenue comes in as a negative. That's because revenues are credit comes in as negative. So if you want to flip the sign on a report, then all you do is go to the amount formula and times it by -1. And again, this is using Excel to flip the sign. All right, so what I'm going to do is actually build out the rest of this report by building out the expense side. We highly recommend copy and pasting because that way the formulas and formatting is kept. The only change that you need to make are the account filters. So for my expense side, I'm just going to say greater than or equal to 5,100. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to add in a net income calculation. And this is 100% Excel. Revenue total minus expense total. All right, so we have our revenue section here, expense section here, and then we have net income calculation. Now, so for the rows, we have accounts going down the rows, and then for the columns, depending on what you want your report to look, if you want departments broken out all you would do is drag and drop the department field in and make it a column expansion. If you want it by division, then you would just drag and drop division in and make it a column expansion. I'm going to make it expand by the posting period. Drag and drop that in as a column expansion. Do some quick formatting here so I can get my months displayed. This is all Excel custom formatting. Now with my period, I want to create a parameter for it. You can create a parameter off of any dimension depending on how you want the end user to slice and dice this data. I am going to create one for period. So now if I go to the Run tab, it's going to ask me for a prompt. Ask me what period do I want to run this report for. All right. So down the rows, we have accounts going down the rows. We have periods going across the columns. You can even have dimensions going across the sheet. I'll show you what I mean by that. If I want to bring in department at the sheet level, and I also want to make it into a parameter, let's create the parameter here. I'm going to turn this option called Sheet Per Value on so you can see what it does. All right, because I created a parameter for department, now if I go to my Run tab, it's going to ask me which department I want to choose. Here, if I select multiple departments, what it's going to do is it's going to spit out a new tab for each department that I selected here. All right, and then security also applies to this, in that, if I'm an end user, I only have access to these 4 departments. That's the only thing I'll be able to see and select. But then if I'm a CEO, I have access to all departments, and when I run this report, then I'll be able to run it for all departments here. All right, so to tie this back to the beginning of the demonstration where I started off on the web portal, if you want this report of the web for anyone to view on the web or mobile phone, we support iOS and Android, or on a tablet, all you do is hit this upload report button, and this report will be available on the web. All right. Another option that you have in terms of report distribution is you have the ability to publish a report. You have the option to run a report, which will give you drill down capabilities. But if you publish a report, it just turns into a static Excel spreadsheet. All right, so you'll notice they even open up a new workbook. Now there is no BI360 capability, no drill down functionality. This is just a static Excel spreadsheet that you can save as an Excel file or as a PDF file and email it off to someone outside of your organization that may not have a BI360 license. And the last option that you have related to report distribution is you have a publisher tool. That publisher tool will allow you to combine multiple reports into a board package, so say P&L report, cash flow, balance sheet, etc. You can assign who's going to receive this report and how, whether it's going to be sent directly to their inbox, share network drive, or even SharePoint. And then from there, you can schedule it so it's on an automatic basis. If it's a report that goes out every month, then you just schedule it, and the report will execute automatically. You don't even need to run the reports. The publisher tool will do it for you, and it will send them off directly to someone's inbox or whatever output option you have selected. All right, so that concludes the web, the Excel piece of the demonstration. What I'm going to do is get back into PowerPoint mode here. And to summarize what we've discussed so far. So the software cost, it starts off as a 5-user pack. And again, our ERP budgeting comes with the ability to build reports, any reports directly off of your ERP database. You have the ability to build dashboards as well, and the web portal is included. And it's all for a price of $9,750. The special price is available until the end of this year. The ERPs that we support currently for this ERP budgeting option is GP, NAV, and Excel. Now, in terms of implementation time, it typically takes 5 days for installation and template configuration. We went through some of the templates that are offered, and then 1 day of user training. All right, and the total estimated cost to customers typically in the range of $15,000 to $18,000, depending on your consulting rates and your software user count. We have plenty of training manuals, training videos available on our support website. They're all available for download. So this concludes the webinar. I want to thank you all for your time in joining this webinar. I hope you found it to be informative. If you would like additional information, please email Allie Keller at ALLIEK@tmgroupinc.com. You can also visit TM Group's website, www.tmgroupinc.com, for additional information. Thank you so much for your time.